Good morning, welcome to Prime of Midlife from Scotland. I'm Karen. This is Wednesday the 11th of May, which is shaping up to be a rather nice morning so far. We've got blue skies, the sun is coming out. Why I wanted to come on this morning is obviously we had the Queen's speech yesterday, and even the headlines in the news, I think it was Sky News, said nothing is going to be done for people. They're going to level up out of this, they're not going to spend. So it doesn't look like the government's going to be helping us out anytime soon. Also with that, there was a report on France and their wheat crop is going to be reduced quite heavily because of the drought that they had in the winter. Excuse me, this is very early in the morning. I've barely even had one cup of tea, never mind anymore. So France's wheat crop is going to be down as well. We're already seeing reports from food banks where people are asking for food that doesn't need to be cooked because they can't afford to put the gas on or the electricity. They can't afford to put money in the meter. Scottish Power's head guy has said he expects bills to go up to, on average, £3,000 a year when the new price cap comes in October. So if you haven't started putting stuff away, now is the time to start. Get yourself some pasta, get yourself some rice. I did have a thought yesterday with my colleague at work, and obviously the first thing you think of when you hear about wheat, I'll get some flour. And I was like, well, what are you going to use flour for? I make pancakes sometimes. I make other stuff sometimes. But I don't use a lot of flour. However, what I did think of eventually, thankfully, a lot of wheat goes to animal feed. So the price of any animal product is going to go up. So your milk, your butter, your cheese, obviously your meats, anything like that, it's going to go up substantially. Some anecdotal evidence I've heard about the price of grain, certainly in the UK, when the grain is harvested, a lot of the time it's been raining, so they have to dry the grain. And seemingly last year it cost them about £5,000 to dry the grain. This year they're looking at 10,000. Who's got that? Who can afford to double the costs of working? And to put it into our perspective, that's like asking us to pay... Sorry, the cat, I'm sure, is just chasing something out the window there. Hopefully she doesn't catch it. But who could suddenly afford to pay to double their commute into work? It comes that we're then paying for the privilege of working. And that can't happen. It's not sustainable. So I don't know what's going to happen, but certainly I do think that you need to look at being, and it's not just getting meat and putting it in the freezer, because if there's a power cut, what do you do with raw meat? There's nothing you can do with it. So certainly for me, what my intention is to cook some meals, like do some mince, do some curry, do some bolognese, and have it things that, if push comes to shove, I can put that in a pot on top of a few tea lights and get a hot meal. So little things like that, whether it's tinned versions or whether it's making it yourself frozen, I think it's definitely something we need to look at long term, just to try and get that we've got options, that we're not reliant on getting to the shops. And best of all in the world, I'm 3 miles away from the nearest shop, so if I don't have it here, I'm not getting it. I'm hoping to be able to go to the shops this weekend and see what the shelves are looking like. Obviously, again, I can't drive, so I'm reliant on asking others. But yeah, the Queen's speech, what the government intends doing this year is certainly not looking after us. It's not looking after people who are struggling to put food on the table, who are struggling to heat their houses. So start prepping, guys. Get a few extra cans, get a few extra packets of pasta, start having meals, whether you buy them in tins or whether you prepare them yourself and put them in the freezer. Just start giving yourself a chance if you can. See you soon.